62 degrees outside of our studios here in downtown Newhall. I'm Kyle Jolly. Again, make sure you go to hometownstation.com for all the latest and greatest Santa Clarita has to offer. And speaking of the greatest Santa Clarita has to offer, Bill Miranda in studio with us.
Kyle is back.
I am.
Fake out.
Can you pull that mic a little bit closer to you?
There you go.
There she is.
Okay.
Bill Miranda's got a new job.
I do.
Yeah, you're like busy. I was telling you before, you're kind of a grown-up now. Yeah, you're kind of a grown-up now. Yeah, but we have Perry Smith, KHTS News Director, in the studio.
Is that what we're doing?
as well. But it's good to have you. It's been a while. It's good to have you here.
It has.
Yeah.
It has. But here I am.
And you are the new city councilman.
Yeah, congratulations.
I am. Thank you very much.
So that was an interesting meeting.
It was.
Did that council meeting where you got the appointment, was that anything like what you were expecting, you know? I mean, tell me about your thoughts through that night, because it was a few hours.
Yeah. Well, for starters, I really have to commend Cameron Smythe for running a very efficient meeting. Okay?
Yeah.
When you have 40-some people coming in, and each one has 3 minutes, that could go on for hours and hours and hours, because 3 minutes becomes 5 minutes. But he was right on it.
We don't sit and gamble at the press table, but the over-under was like 5 or 6 hours on that meeting, so would have lost my shirt.
And you know what? I think it was pretty much done in 3.
Yeah, no, it was so quick, and it was really it was efficient, like you said, and if that's the precedent, I'm on board as the person who sits and covers the meetings.
And I am too.
We all love our Tuesday evenings, don't we?
Yeah, I think looking back on the process, it was a little nerve-wracking because I was last one.
Right.
So I was 40-something, and I had to sit through and listen to 40-some people and their 3-minute speeches. And sometimes when you listen to other people, you say, oh, I wish I had thought of that, or I wish I had thought of this. And so it was a little nerve-wracking watching all the people come up.
Having the advantage of going last, did your speech get a little bit longer? Were you like kind of maybe taking
No, that's the thing.
That's a good one.
His 3 minutes was 3 minutes, and you get cut off, and that's it.
Right.
So I think just about everybody knew that. I think they had been forewarned that it would be 3 minutes and goodbye. So pretty much everyone finished within the 3 minutes. I thought I would be genius and try and finish in 2 minutes and give the council a little breather, but I think I took about 2.5 minutes.
You okay? You didn't go long. You didn't get cut off. That's always good.
Yeah.
So for the listener who maybe doesn't know your community involvement, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and when you came to Santa Clarita?
Okay, and I'll try and make it short.
It's a long story.
Born and raised in New York City.
Right.
And, excuse me, joined the Air Force, and while I was in the Air Force, I got to visit California on temporary duty and absolutely fell in love and decided that once I got out of the Air Force, I was going to do my best to move to California.
Was it the weather?
It was the weather, my friend. Absolutely, Perry. Anyway, I moved to Southern California in 1970. I had the opportunity to do so with IBM. I worked for IBM at the time, and had an opportunity to work on a very interesting account called MGM Studios in Culver City, and I was there in their computer department in Culver City. So I was there for a while, and I met my wife there.
And she was with MGM or with IBM?
She was with MGM.
Oh, okay.
I took one look at her and I said, she's got to be a movie star. Right? And so I hit on her, as a current expression is. And,
right. The rest is history, as they say.
Well, fortunately, she hit back.
Oh,
and that was good.
Oh, there you go.
Good.
Yeah,
that is good.
Yeah.
Key.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. So, is that okay to say she hit back?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. As long as we're talking about
I'm fine with it.
metaphors and euphemisms.
Well, even if she did hit back, it's...
it worked out.
Yeah.
The ends justify the means.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got married, and then I had an opportunity to transfer to Paris, France.
Oh, wow.
And my wife's an artist, so she was thrilled to go to Paris, France. She took more art lessons in Paris, France, and became an even better artist.
So what brought you to Paris? So was that a professional opportunity?
I was a director of marketing for a Fortune 500 company in the technology area. And when it came time to move back, I asked a friend of mine to send me the LA Times. He sent me the LA Times, and there was this full-page ad. Come home to Valencia. Okay? And so I said, wow, I'm sitting in Paris, France, right? I'm looking at this and I'm saying, this is home. This is where I want to have my home. Well, we came out here and my office was in downtown LA, so I was a little concerned with the commute. But I came up here, I got up early one Monday morning and came up here, had breakfast, and then went back downtown during rush hour. And I got it done in 50 minutes, and I said, okay, I can handle
Doable?
50 minutes.
Doable. At least it's not
Yeah.
farther north.
Okay, so that was 1983, February 1st, 1983 to be precise.
Wow.
I know you're
Happy
celebrating Groundhog Day, but I'm
Yeah.
celebrating, being here 34 years.
And I want to know what kind of magic Newhall Land had in that ad that drove you from Paris to...
Oh, my
Because I
God.
love the Santa Clarita Valley, but
my God.
Paris has the reputation for more romance.
First of all, they had balloons.
Okay.
They don't have balloons in
Colored
France?
balloons. No, in the ad.
Oh, okay,
Colored
gotcha.
balloons.
In France?
Okay.
I
I'm just saying. You said
how could you not stare at colored balloons?
That's a good point.
So that was number one. And then number two, they talked about this great place, Castaic Lake nearby, boating and fishing. Okay, so give them a little credit for extending the truth a little bit.
They embellished.
Yeah, okay, and that's their job.
At one time.
But once we got
Historically.
here, what really sold me were the schools. Right, the schools had very high ranking, and the community was very safe, and the community was new, and so I got very excited, and we moved out here. And my kids went to school here. They went to Meadow School, and then Hart High School, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to
And now
it.
you're running the place.
Yeah.
Right. And then, exactly. And now he's running the place. But you have a publication
I do.
business, Our Valley. So tell us a little bit about that. And how did you get started in that?
So I didn't start it, but 6 years ago.
Who were involved, sorry.
Yeah, Julio Del Rio and Patsy Ayala and a group of their associates started a bilingual magazine here in Santa Clarita, and I'm a consultant. That's my business, and they needed consulting, and they reached out to me, and so I started consulting for them to help them get started and help them build subscribers and advertisers, of course. And so we did that, and over time, some of the associates went away for whatever reason, and so I started taking an ownership part in the magazine, and pretty soon I became the managing director of the LLC. So it's worked out very well. We lost money for a number of years, and in the publishing business, that's pretty much unavoidable.
Right.
And then we broke even a couple of years, and now we're starting to make a little money.
And how is I would imagine you've seen some demographics change that have helped with that publication, and have seen, as
Yes.
you've seen our valley grow and diversify a little bit,
Right.
and has that helped, and how have you
Absolutely.
noticed that as a resident?
Absolutely, because when we started the magazine, we wanted to make sure we embrace diversity in the community. And diversity is not just Latino, but diversity of thought, diversity of race, religion, cultures, right? So we have a section in our magazine that's pretty much dedicated to African American culture, African American thought. We have a section in our magazine that's dedicated to artists. Okay, and we work very closely with the Artists Association to make that happen. We have a section in our magazine that so people who take trips and take lots of pictures, Europe, Asia, South America, wherever, okay, we see them and we see their pictures on Facebook, wherever, and we invite them to display their photos in our magazine. So that's another way of
Sweet.
Santa Claritans being able to reach out and see other cultures, other places, other environments.
Well, I think we have to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back, and I want to ask you about bringing that perspective and that diversity to the council.
Okay.
Great. Thanks, Bill.
351 on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, joined in studio by Perry Smith, KHTS News Director and City Councilman Bill Miranda.
Hey.
It feels good. That rolls off the tongue, Bill.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
getting
it.
used to it now.
So, Bill, you were just telling us about kind of how you try to bring some diverse opinions and some diversity to exposure to the Santa Clarita Valley through your publications. Talk to us a little bit about how you plan to do that with the council. I'm curious what you see first as the priorities and as your role as a council member.
Well, first of all, there are a lot of things that I want to focus on, but you got to be careful that you don't focus on so many things that you focus on none. So my priorities are veterans, seniors. My priorities are supporting the nonprofits. Things like traffic, of course, they're priorities. However, we have enough council members focused on that yes, I'll absolutely be involved, but my passion right now is with veterans. Walking distance from here, Veterans Historical Park, and we're trying to do more with that park. We're trying to bring more people to that park, and with the support of Bill Reynolds, we want to put up a memorial wall in that park. And I'm an ex-veteran.
Right. So you're on board with that too, as a veteran.
You're a veteran, not
I'm
an
a
ex-veteran.
Not an ex-veteran.
Yeah, right.
They tried to kick me out, but I said, no, I'm not going. So I absolutely think we need a memorial wall over there. The bricks are nice, but you know what? It's not a memorial wall,
Yeah.
and we need one. All right, we need one for World War II veterans, Korean War veterans, Vietnam War veterans, and veterans since then. So that's one of the things I'm actively seeking. The issue with homeless. Okay, I'll get back to seniors in a minute.
Okay.
The issue with homeless is critical. Okay, we have more homeless. They just had a homeless count. I don't know if the count is in yet or not, but whatever they count, you can pretty much think in terms of double or triple whatever the count is, because a lot of homeless people aren't going to wave to you and say, hey, count me. All right, I'm homeless.
Well, I wanted to ask you about that, Bill, because that's something, and I appreciate you bringing that up. In the past, we've seen the residents ask the city about a year-round shelter. In the past, traditionally, the city's been comfortable with the seasonal services. Do you think that's somewhere we can explore expanding that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. There is no reason on earth why we can't have a year-round homeless shelter. None, zero.
Awesome. Well,
Okay.
that's really encouraging.
And, we spend money on a lot of things. You know what? That's one of the things we need to spend money on. The other thing is the senior center. Again, a long walking distance from here. Right. So you have the senior center nearby, and we're building a new senior center.
That's really
Right.
exciting.
That's very exciting. However, people who are used to coming to this senior center, a lot of them are not going to go to the new senior center over there on Golden Valley. They're just not going to do it.
Some people are set in their ways, maybe, or just won't be able to commute, or mobility issues. You think?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe the thing to do, I'm thinking about it. All right, but maybe the thing to do.
You heard it here first, folks.
Maybe the thing to do is to find a way to keep this one open also.
Okay.
Okay, so, I think we have enough seniors, especially with the baby boomers coming up, that we can afford 2 senior centers.
That's certainly going to be the largest population.
Yes.
Looking down the road. So.
Okay, so
interesting.
wouldn't that be nice? So veterans, homeless, seniors, they have to be our focus. So when you talk about diversity, guess what? Seniors are diverse, veterans are diverse, homeless are diverse. And 10% of all homeless, statistically speaking, are veterans. So some of these things kind of blend in with one another.
Now, talk to me about, and maybe your experience with the nonprofit community can do that, and can help bridge those gaps, because you have a little bit of experience there. Can you tell us about that?
I do. My first, I'll call it a nonprofit experience, but it's really a service club, was with Rotary. I joined Rotary in 1989. Because of my travel, international travel and other travel, it was very tough for me to, year after year after year, meet the weekly meeting requirement here, the lunch requirement every Wednesday afternoon. So I had to drop out of Rotary. Whenever I didn't travel a lot, I would come back to Rotary, so it was back and forth. So on and off, I've been a member of Rotary since 1989. I am currently not a member of Rotary, but that's how I started. Right. When you're a member of Rotary, you're a service club, and you learn giving. All right, you learn serving. Rotary is just absolutely fantastic, and I recommend it highly for any young person coming up, man or woman, coming up in the world and wanting to serve the community and frankly the world. Okay, because we did some stuff internationally that was really heavy duty. So that was my first take on public service or service.
Sure.
And then I was on the board of single family.
Single Mothers Outreach.
Single Mothers Outreach.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Out here.
Out here, and then Family Promise, and then American Diabetes Association, and wow, that is just.
It's a few boards.
Well. Yeah, it's a few boards, but where I was going with this is the experience of serving these groups is just incredible because you meet so many incredible people. You meet incredible people who are parts of the board, and you meet incredible people who are in need. Okay,
And-
so
No, go ahead.
okay, so don't know if you know the name Satara Katibi. Okay, so Tara Katibi was a young gal, grew up here in Santa Clarita, who is a victim of domestic violence, right? From the time she was a child, she's a victim of domestic violence. She went to Hart High School.
Now that you say the name, she's familiar, and I've read about. Okay.
Okay.
I believe Bill and Satari did a show together.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm. It's rejogging
That's right.
memory.
And so the long and the short of the story is she's a big star in the Latino community. She's been on Univision a number of times.
Univision.
Univision, you got it. And so, I mean, she's a star. But here's a person who statistics say, because she was a victim of domestic violence, nothing good was ever going to happen. Well, it did. But it did because she got support. Okay, she got support from a lot of nonprofit groups. And they helped her, and they helped her family. Now her family is an outstanding family, and she's doing very well in the international world.
And a great example of just what's unique and great about this community, Bill, is just so many nonprofits, and there are so many people that are willing to help, and so we just thank you, appreciate it. We got to wrap it up. We're just out of time. I want to thank you for taking the time and talking
You're
about
welcome.
your
My
mission
pleasure.
and your new plans as City Council. And congratulations again on the appointment. We'll be talking more, I'm sure.
Thank you, Perry.
All right.
Fantastic. Let's get a quick look at traffic.